Hello everyone, welcome to Maths Tactics. I am Devansh Sharma. Today we are going to learn a very interesting trick which would help us finding square roots of perfect squares in just a few seconds. So before we look at the trick, we'll recap some of the characteristics of squares. We all know 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9 and so on. But right now we'll focus on the units digit of the square. So the units digit of the square of 1 is 1, of that of 2 is 4, of that of 3 is 9. Let us collectively write all of these on a single page. So if the units digit of the original number is 0, the units digit of the square would also be 0. Similarly, if it's 1 or 9, the units digit of the square would be 1. If it's 2 or 8, it would be 4. If it's 3 or 7, it would be 9. If it's 4 or 6, it would be 6. Lastly, if the units digit of the original number is 5, the units digit of the square would also be 5. Now keeping this in mind, let's learn the trick. We can solve all these square roots in just 3 steps. Our first step would be to look at the units digit of the square. Here it's 9. From our prior knowledge, we know that the units digit of its square root would either be 3 or 7. Moving on to our next step, we would ignore the last 2 digits and focus on the rest of the number. We'll find a perfect square that is close to 28 and that is less than 28. In this case, it's 25, which is the square of 5. So our answer would either be 53 or 57. For our final step, we'll multiply 5 by its next number, which is 6. 6 into 5 is 30. 30 is greater than 28, so we would choose the smaller number, 53. So the square root of 2809 is 53. Moving on to our next example, the square root of 11236. Following the same steps, the unit digit is 6. So the units digit of the square root would either be 4 or 6. Moving on to our next step, we would ignore the last 2 digits. The perfect square that is less than and close to 112 is 100, which is the square of 10. For our final step, we would multiply 10 with 11, which gives us 110. 110 is less than 112, so we would choose the bigger number, 106. So 106 is a final answer. For a final example, we would follow the same steps. If the units digit of the square is 4, then the units digit of the square root would either be 2 or 8. Our next step would be to ignore the last 2 digits and focus on the first 3. The perfect square that is less than 475 is 441, which is the square of 21. Now, for a final step, I would multiply 21 with 22. 21 into 22 gives us 462, and 462 is less than 475, so I would choose the bigger number. So the square root of 47524 is 218. So the more squares you remember, the easier this trick becomes. Now that you know this trick, use it to solve this question and post your answers in the comment section. I hope you love this trick. Please like and subscribe to stay tuned for upcoming videos and interesting tricks. Thank you and see you soon.